heading for the Cape shortly. Gonna be going down there to say goodbye to my dad's Jeep that we finally have sold. And what I'm doing is bringing a whole lot of projects with me, or several projects with me, that I can do inside, because I've got a snowstorm coming Monday and Tuesday. And so I got some really good stuff that's got to be done, and we'll get some work done that way. And plan to get the heater moved out onto my boat and start doing some winter work. Last time we were down, it was not that cold. This time, it definitely will be. So, anyway, hey, we'll see you guys on the Cape, and welcome back to another episode of Restoring Little Girl. All right, guys, we're back down on the Cape, and it's the next morning. I've got snow coming in probably within an hour or so. But we're down here in my our guest bedroom down in the basement, and I'm going to show you something, because this is one of the projects I'd wanted to work on. And we're going to find out whether or not I have enough material left after doing the port and starboard quarter berth covers to do a sail cover. So let me turn this around and show you what I have. This that I'm going to be showing you is my brother's old sail cover. And yeah, I'm looking at it, I'm saying, I'm not sure that I've got quite that much. But we'll see. Let me turn this around and show you what we got. All right, so here it is. When you look at the full width there, that's quite a bit of material all the way across. But if you're looking at it in two different panels, it's not that bad. Now, this sail cover is short. This is only for a 7-foot boom. Mine is a 10-foot boom. And before I ever took this off my boat, I was borrowing this for a little girl out on the mooring. When I took it off, or before I took it off, I marked on here. Let me see if I'm sure it's still there. There it is. Let's see if I can get my glasses on and see if I can read it. Right there. And it says from that mark to the end of my boom is another 33 inches, I think. Anyway, yeah, one way or the other. The marking is on here, and I'll figure it out. But what that means is I would add that amount of material to the end of this sail cover. In other words, a new sail cover. I have to add that much in order to be able to come all the way out to the end of my boom and wrap underneath. So what I'm going to do, I've got to shut this down, because I want to get out my material that I have left over from the cushions and take a look at what we've got. Maybe I don't have anywhere near enough. My brother's already given me permission to make another section for this, just to get out to the end of my boom. I'd rather really make a brand new one, so we shall see. Hang on a minute and I'll let you know. Guys, well, good news. This is my material, my royal blue material that I did for my cushion covers, folded in half, okay? That being said, you can see that will cover virtually all of this, except for right up there at the very end where it's too wide. Well, I've got more than enough material on the end, out past the end of this, okay, to make up two flaps, one on each side, stitched in. And with this material, I can make a brand new sail cover, and that's really, really cool. So, well, that being said, the next step, I guess, will be to flatten this out and do some tracing to try to get this sail cover to look right the way that the old sail cover is. But, oh, wait a minute, now I got to add the rest of the material. Okay, wait a minute, give me a minute. I still may have enough, but let's take a look. Well, good news, I measured everything out. I've got it all the way to the top up there, and I measured everything out, and what I had written down here, it helped to get it in the light so I can read it. Okay, on the bottom side of this, which would have been top side when it's on the boat, I've got 32 inches here to end, okay? So from here, which is, from here, measuring back, I've got 38 inches. So I have plenty of material to make all of this, except for those wings that go out on the side. And I think I've got enough material left over from the, oh yeah, matter of fact, I'm looking at it right here. Let me just stretch this out a little bit. This is left over from yeah, I got plenty. Anyway, from the cushion covers, I've got scraps left over that can go ahead and cover these wings with no problem at all. Anyway, good news. This is a material that I can make my sail cover with right here. It is not sunbrella, but as little as the boat is in the water for a couple of weeks each summer, it'll hold up very nicely. And so that gets us started on this project. I'm going to do some more on this a little bit later, but that's a good start on Project Sail Cover for Little Girl. Finally, guys, after 2 days of incessant rain and an incredible wind, we were out at Dowses Beach yesterday. Unbelievable. The cold and the wind just rip your face off. But anyway, after 2 days of that, I tell you, this is amazing. We actually finally have some decent weather coming in. So we got 2 days of decent weather, and we try to get some work done on the boat. And I've already, got the start on the sail cover, but that was during the incredible wind and rain that we had. But hey, now we can get to go right aboard a Little Girl and see what we can get done. Oh, beautiful. I remember. I left her all nice and clean. Very, very ship-shape and spiffed up. Alright, let me turn this around. Oh, hang on. Anyway, what a... gonna be a nice day. I'm gonna try to get some stuff done out here on the boat today, and that I've not been able to do for the last couple. I had called Weems and Plath and asked them to send me a set of 4 little black screws that go with my clock up here, and they didn't do it. I'm gonna have to call them again and see if I can get them moving on that. They were very gracious about it. Oh yeah, well, but then I didn't get them. So, all right. Well, listen, I've waited a long time to get out here because I was doing some editing in the house this morning, and at this point it's time for breakfast. So I think I'm going to go grab the breakfast, and then I'll get back out here and we'll line out all the stuff we got planned. Hey guys, welcome back. Good to be aboard Little Girl, and welcome back to Restoring and Sailing Little Girl. Before we go in to breakfast, I've got to do this. I want to show you one of the projects, and we'll come back to this. You can see that scrape mark right there? Okay, that is, by the way, this was painted freshly after I got the boat. You wouldn't know it now. It's kind of looks like crap because it's been under pine trees and all kinds. Anyway, all that scrape mark right there is because of this part of the hatch. That part of the hatch is fine. I've got no problem with it. It basically stays in one place all the time anyway, unless I open this wide open. But this part of the hatch, your slider that you're using, with your handle, all that kind of stuff, this is a whole different ball game, because what happens is, and I don't know if they have such a thing as fiberglass fatigue or whatever. Let's get it come around here. But you can see, well, it's not showing now. It's not showing now. But let me just pull this back and see if we can show it to you. See, it comes right down on it. The further back it comes. That may have to do with the track. But what I had in mind was to go ahead and you know, see over here it's up off, and over here it's up off. What I had in mind was to go ahead and relieve this center part, and I'm going to take a pencil and scribe right along here, and actually take these hatches right off, take them home to Vermont, take some of this off so that this does not scrape when it slides back. And let's see how far. Yeah, see when by the time it gets right there, I'm going to take a look at those tracks and see if that has to do with the tracks. Anyway, I want to resolve this. It bothers me that scrapes that way. And the other thing is that when I redid all this, I didn't paint the underside of these. And I've been watching some videos, YouTubes, and that's one of the things that, you know, you just, when you redo your hatches, you just kind of automatically paint the underside. So I think I'm going to take these right off, take them home with me, and do some work on them. Maybe, like I said, relieve this a little bit. Maybe, not even a quarter of an inch, eighth of an inch. I don't know. It depends on how. Right there, it starts scraping. But I'll take a look at the track too. All right. Well, that's one of the projects. It's funny because when you push this all the way forward, you got plenty of clearance. Plenty of clearance here. I don't know. I got to do some examining it. Take a look. We'll get to that after breakfast. Well, I was sitting around the kitchen table with my mom and dad and my wife, and I had my second cup of coffee. I said, you know what? I think I'm going to go out on the boat. I don't get a chance to sit out here and have my morning coffee very often, and just a nice place to be. It's one of the things I really enjoyed about being out on the on the mooring. A couple of meals I got a chance to eat out on the boat, and I just it's quiet, and I enjoy using the table that I built. You know, it's going to be a beautiful day. Come to think of it, as soon as I finish my coffee here, I need to get my solar panel up on the cabin top, because we got some sun, and we're not supposed to even have sun today, but we've got it. So good news. Let's just look forward to a good day and get some work done. Take care. In the first place, I'm putting this up. We got about 2 minutes of sun this morning, and that's all we're going to get, so I'm taking the solar panel down. All right, so we're back in the cabin, and here we are. This is the leading edge, or actually aft edge of that forward hatch. And they got a big gold groove cut out here, and I have no idea why that is getting repaired. Because when you slide, when you slide this all the way forward, see that? Well, I don't mind there being light coming up through here, but at least your flange is guarding you from water and stuff like that. But if you caught a wave, coming over the foredeck there, and on top of the cabin, you have a gusher of water coming right through there. So that is getting repaired. I've got all the fiberglass stuff back at the home, and both these hatch covers are coming off, and I'm taking them back, and these are getting painted. I've got the paint downstairs to completely spiff this up. I mean, these are just kind of ratty looking. They're not finished fiberglass anyway. You can see. I don't know. It's not. I don't think it's worth, fairing these out or anything like that. But I will paint them. Back when I was doing all the repair work on these. Let's see if I can show you on the outside first. This. Well, there's a little crack in the paint right there, but this was a really, really bad crack. I mean, this literally was a wide open crack. This whole hatch could flex because there was a crack that went all the way up almost. Well, you can see it right there. You can see where the crack was. Anyway, but what I did. Are you getting dizzy yet? What I did was a major repair job right there. To build that up and make that solid fiberglass all the way across. And anyway, it ain't going nowhere now. It's good and stiff. But anyway, I've got all the stuff back at the house, and I'm going to go ahead and repair this. And if I've got to do touch up on these edges, I'll do it. But I had rebuilt these edges before, and yeah, we got some work to do. See, this forward hatch is really nice. I like the way that that lays right there. That's not a problem at all. It's just where this, when you push this aft hatch forward, it scrapes on the top of this. So we got some things to resolve here, but I think I'm starting to understand it and get things worked out. Guys, here it is, 10 minutes to 3 in the afternoon, and I got one more day to work after this because tomorrow's going to be good. Friday got snow coming in, but anyway, looking at this, I did some measurements, and it's 1 3/4 from the bottom of this this runner strip up to the edge that the forward part of the hatch, or the slider part of the hatch, runs on. 1 3/4. By the time you get down here, and by the way, this is the starboard side, and it's not nearly as bad. It's a little bit low right here, but over here, okay, this is 1 3/4, just like the other side is. But by the time you get down here and all the way up here, it's a full 1/8 of an inch lower. Hello. That's why we ended up with scraping on the top of the forward part of the hatch. So I hate to say it, but I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to go ahead and pull these runners right off. Boy, I did not want to have to do this, but I mean, it's winter, and if they're going to do it, this is the time to do it. You know, just get them right off of here and make the repair, and put a reinforcement all the way from here all the way back, and maintain that 1 3/4 so that you got the same thickness here for this to slide in. Right now it is just so sloppy, and that it doesn't ride well. And not only does it not ride well, but it dips down, and that's what ends up scraping the forward part of the hatch. I don't know if you can see this. I mean, boy, I mean, you can feel it. That literally is a slope right there, an incline, where that has been open and closed so many times for over 50 years, or 50 years now, that this poor old mahogany is, teak, is just worn all to pieces on this port runner section here. I don't know what you call this silly thing. Oh, geez, I didn't want to take this apart. But you know what? It's winter time, and again, this is, if you're going to do this kind of stuff, this is the time to do it. Make all the repairs, make all the, you know, painting, whatever it's got to be done, and just get it done. So, all right. Let me absorb this for a few minutes before I get out my heavy screwdriver and start undoing the big old screws that hold this down into the cabin top. Geez, I don't want to think about it. Garbage. Oh well. Oh well. I'm going to drop it right here for now. I may just go on and do something else for the moment, but after 10 or 15 minutes of absorbing the fact that I'm going to have to do this, I'll probably do it. Gotta do what you gotta do. go to the Phillips point. One last one and we're done. Oh, that's a flat. It's not a Phillips. All right, that's it. Screws are all out. Now, let me take this out. Okay, guys, time for this thing to come undone. So let's go ahead and, all the screws are out. Let's go ahead and let it go. It's just cocking holding it in at this point. I'll tell you what, that cocking is holding. There it is, it's all done. All right. So I'm going to just get this all cleaned up, cabin top cleaned up, and these go home with me, and all the repair work gets done on this right here. All right, major project going home. Well, the tracks are all off. The cleanup is done. I got all the caulking all cleaned up, and acetone and Windex, and so these are ready to just sit here and wait for the tracks to come back after the repairs. I'm going to make a run up to Home Depot and pick up a quarter sheet of plywood to go right across the companionway opening here to keep everything intact until the pieces get back, and we can put everything back together, and it will all go back together temporarily till spring. In the spring, this all gets repainted, every bit of it, before the tracks go back on. Then everything's caulked, everything's put back, repairs. But anyway, it'll be in a temporary state through the winter time. After the tracks have been repaired and put back, they'll just be screwed into place, and the hatches can go back on until spring, and then we'll make everything permanent with some caulking underneath them. So, all right, well, in the meantime, there are the hatches, forward and aft, and here are the tracks. And those are all going to get cleaned up and repaired and refinished. Everything done all over again, and then put back. So, a little project to go home to Vermont, and this should take me a while. I'm going to be very patient and careful about the work I do, so that this time I don't have to take them off again. Well, guys, I think we're going to call it wraps for this trip. There's more time left in the day here, but we're getting ready for my mom's 90th birthday tonight, and got to get some stuff done. In the meantime, it's been a good trip. We got a good start on the sail cover, and that's just going to continue on to Vermont. I'll take all that stuff back home with me, and just kind of keep working on it up there. In the meantime, the biggie was to completely disassemble the hatch and the runners, whatever you call those, the tracks that the hatches come in, and that's all going back to Vermont and being repaired in such a way that that it will work properly and smoothly. This happens. You got a 50-year-old boat, and teak wears down over time, and so it's just all got to be redone. Anyway, that's for another project. And another bonus on top of that, which I'm not going to show in this one, is that we got my motor. My motor is in down at Anchor Outboard, and they're checking it out and getting it ready for next summer. And tomorrow I'm going to go and meet Ryan Mann. He's the guy that is kind of a buddy of mine that, and I appreciate his friendship. Believe me, he is a well-known guy in the sailing world around here. He won his division in the Fagawa Yacht Race 2 years ago, or last year, I guess it was. In the meantime, going to go meet him tomorrow, and he's going to be giving me some starboard so I can reproduce that over-under fair lead that I made out of the wrong stuff. But I'm going to be picking that up from him, and also returning his fids to him, the splicing fids, because I kind of bought a different type of set that I use. So anyway, guys, been a good trip, and thank you for stopping by Restoring Little Girl, and we'll catch you next time down. In the meantime, we're going to get on home. We've got 2 videos coming out. This one and the other one, which you'll by this time you will have already seen it, and it has to do with the whole idea of prepping for solo in the real time, and what it's really about. And by this time you'll see it, and I hope you enjoyed that. Ryan couldn't make it today, but I just want to thank Ryan. Thank you, bud. Appreciate your help. I just got done using my porter cable and cut myself a nice little healthy piece of starboard here. I'm taking this home, and I'm going to make a brand new set of fair leads out of this. So anyway, thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it, bud. You're a friend. Good morning, guys. Let's a little follow-up to this video. Back up in Vermont. And just want to let you know, this video is a little short on content, but even as I'm speaking to you, I've already begun filming the next video, which is a very tight follow-up to the projects that I began on the Cape. So anyway, and by the way, in the next video, we're going to be doing a huge What's New corner, because I got a lot of stuff I need to share with you of things that have come in and all that. So. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go with that, and have a great day, and another video coming up. We're working on it. Take care. Bye.